The Supreme Court is now hearing final arguments concerning a batch of petitions challenging the validity of the special intensive revision of Bihar's electoral polls, which was conducted ahead of the crucial 2025 assembly elections. A bench comprising Justices Surya, Kant and Joymalya Bagchi are hearing the case. To get the latest updates, joining me on the telecast is Sambhav. Sambhav, what's happening in the court right now? Of course, there are queries and concerns that have been raised by the petitioners. Even the bench of the Supreme Court has raised certain concerns. If you could shed more light into what is it that they have said.
Well, this was very much obvious, and that the Supreme Court will hear this case, and Supreme Court heard this matter at 2 p.m. today. Two judges bench of Justice Surya and Justice Joymalya Bagchi. Very important arguments made in the Supreme Court, questioning the credibility of SIR by the petitioner. But on the other hand, Election Commission has defended this particular exercise, saying that it has cleaned the electoral roll. On the other hand, petitioner said that it has confused. There is a confusion prevailing when it comes to the SIR exercise, to which the bench has said very important, made very important points. Justice Surya, Justice Surya said, rather questioned why no aggrieved party had come forward to address the issue in the voter list. If there is an aggrieved party, the party should come forward, and then we will direct the Election Commission of India accordingly, is said by Justice Surya. He has questioned that no aggrieved party has come forward in this, and he also suggests that an illustrative exercise to be conducted to identify and address the concern of these who may have been wrongfully excluded. This is what is said by Justice Surya. On the other hand, Justice Joymalya Bagchi, also the part of the bench, has raised concern about the final voter list, questioning whether the additional names were from the original 25 lakh deleted voters or entirely a new addition, is what is asked by Justice Joymalya Bagchi. To which senior advocate Rakesh Dwivedi, who appeared for Election Commission of India in this matter, has responded, stating that most of the added names were new voters and not the part of previous deleted list. This is exactly what is said by senior advocate Rakesh Dwivedi in this case. He also
all right. Again, a lot of confusion with regards to how many voters are included in the final voter list, how many voters have been removed from the final voter list. Talking about whether there were additional names from the original 65 lakh deleted voters, or are these entirely different, entirely new additions. Why has the Chief Election Commissioner not been able to answer these questions?
Well, in the Supreme Court, one who appears for Election Commission of India is a senior advocate Rakesh Dwivedi. He has been appearing in this particular matter since the beginning. It's been like 4th or 5th hearing in the Supreme Court on this crucial SIR matter. He's defending Election Commission of India, saying that it has cleared the voter list, electoral voter list, by doing certain changes, as in, and Election Commission of India is a constitutional body under Article 324 of Indian Constitution. ECI has certain powers. This is what is said by Rakesh Dwivedi, senior advocate, and also.
All right, stay on with me, Sambhav. More information coming in. Prashant Bhushan, who's appearing for the petitioners, has stated in the Supreme Court that instead of cleaning the electoral roll, the SIR has compounded the problems. He asserted that there was a total lack of transparency, with the Election Commission of India sharing the list of 65 lakh names only after the Supreme Court asked them to do so. He also stated that the Supreme Court's directive of the names being put up in boards across districts was not followed through as well. Sambhav, what is the argument that has been put forth by Advocate Prashant Bhushan? All right, Sambhav is back on the telecast with me. He is right now outside the Supreme Court. Sambhav, what are the arguments that have been put forth by Advocate Prashant Bhushan, particularly with regards to these 65 names that have been removed from the final electoral roll?
Well, the question is about the alleged deletion of the 65 lakh names from the voter list. And here Prashant Bhushan has criticized the SIR exercise according to him, it has compounded the problem. This is exactly what is said by senior advocate Prashant Bhushan. He has argued that instead of resolving this particular issue, the SIR issue, SIR has only made the things worse, citing a total lack of transparency. This is exactly what is said by Prashant Bhushan inside the court when the hearing was going on. And he also said, he highlighted that the list of this 65 lakh deleted voters were only provided after the court's intervention. And this is what he is saying, and also pointed out that these voters whose names are deleted from their particular list, I mean, they should, he has questioned this, and they have not received any notice from the Election Commission of India. These
Okay,
were
all
the
right. So those are the
arguments
3
made
points, those are the 3 arguments that have been put forth by Advocate Prashant Bhushan. Stay on with me. Justice Joymalya Bagchi, who is hearing the final arguments in the petitions over the Bihar SIR, has now raised concerns about the final voter list. He's questioned whether there were additional names that were from the original 65 lakh deleted voters or entirely new additions. He called for clarity from the Election Commission, emphasizing that the exercise should support the integrity of the electoral process. So what happens next, Sambhav? The final verdict is anticipated today itself. And what happens either way? If the Supreme Court decides to pass the judgment in favor of the Election Commission or against it, what is going to be the next step that will have to be taken by the Election Commission?
What it is, well, it is to be seen what Supreme Court does next. But for now, what important Supreme Court has mentioned, the two-judge bench of the Supreme Court has said that has anyone of this 3.66 lakh who have been excluded and apparently not got the notice come forward with any complaint. Why there is no complaint is what is questioned by Justice Surya Kant to these petitioners. Why there is no, as in, no questioning about, no complaint about this particular exercise. Why there is no complaint? To which Prashant Bhushan has said that there are complaints about it, and each ECI has said that only these petitioners who are either NGOs or some political parties, they are claiming, sitting in New Delhi, they are claiming all these things, and not the people on the ground, is what is said by the Election Commission of India in its defense. Now it is to be seen what Supreme Court says next. But for now, so far Supreme Court has not, in previous hearing also, has not come up openly that we will stake any kind of this particular SIR exercise. But it is to be seen after these arguments whether Supreme Court says something regarding the Bihar SIR exercise, or in a way ask the Election Commission or somebody to file an affidavit in this case, so that more clarity could come up in this particular process. However, the Election Commission of India yesterday in the press conference has made it clear that the Bihar elections will be conducted in 2 phases, and election and the result of this particular election, Bihar election, will be out on 14th of November. And today, on the other hand, there is a crucial hearing in the Supreme Court. It is to be seen what Supreme Court says next in this particular case.